that one.
Yeah. Rivera's Quality Things and More here on the main drag here in Taos. And this guy has a story to tell. I was in here, I guess a couple weeks ago, and bought something from you, and you told me a story about something that happened to you. I'm not sure exactly when it was. It sounded like it might have been in the 70s at some point.
No, this was just 7 years back.
Oh.
Because it was after I got divorced.
Okay.
And I didn't have my ex-wife made me sell my house and took my Harley and everything away. And this one lady, she let me stay with her. It's behind your home food store where it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I experienced 4 Indian spirits that were contacting me, and they let me know what happened to them. And one evening I was in the kitchen and they had some black tile. And they were showing me like a projector, like a film. And these 4 ladies were showing me how they got massacred. 90 women and children got massacred in that little hacienda that they used to have in those days. They showed me the town, the plaza. It was all dirt road. That's all it was just the plaza with the old courthouse and the jail underneath the gazebo. And anyways, one evening I went to one of my friend's house, and he has a TV camera that goes, from outside to inside, that you look on the TV. And I thought I was hallucinating, and I asked him, "Come here, do you see what I'm seeing in the TV?" And he said, "Yeah, there's 4 Indian ladies there." And all of a sudden they were walking by his truck, and they just went right through the door, and we freaked out. And I told him that those Indian ladies were from this lady's house, and they were following me, I guess, to see if I was, protecting me, watching over me. So I had that experience. And then another time, if you want to hear the bad one,
yeah, let me hear
I was in here in Ranchos, where the Ranchos church is. Mm-hmm. It's on the side down this one road. I forget the name of the road. I was visiting this other lady. And that house that she had there used to be a slaughterhouse. They used to kill people in there. And one time she had this big brass, pitcher. And I thought I was hallucinating in there too, where I seen a picture, one of those photograph picture things. There was 3 ladies and a man, and this man was chasing this lady around this bed with the canopy bed like that. And there was two or three other ladies on the bed, and he was chasing one around the bed. And I saw that, and then when I went to the bathroom, and I was using the number 1, and all of a sudden these 2 little demons, thank you guys, came out of the bathtub, and I ran out of the toilet with my thing hanging out and running down there, and they freaked out on me. And that lady one evening went to my house, and she left some rings at my house. And she called me up, and I had stashed them in my boot so nobody would get them, because they were expensive rings. And she called me up, and I said, "Yeah, your rings are here. I have them in my boot." And she goes, "Well, go over there and make sure they're there." And I went over there, and they weren't there. And she goes, "You know what? Those demons are mad at you because they thought you were messing with me." And I go, how do I get rid of them or what? And she goes, "You have to come back here and apologize to them." So I went back down there, and I apologized. And when I came back home, I looked in my boot, and the rings were there. And that was pretty freaky, man. And
what a trip!
And those were little demons. They had some really, ugly faces and heads, and they were this short with some big old heads.
And what else? What did their eyes look like?
To tell you the truth, I zoomed out of that toilet quicker than quick, girl. But every time I would go into that bathroom, this lady had this closet. I guess that used to be like a room that you used to go downstairs. I would hear a man and a woman's voice. And one evening I went and I used the toilet, number 1, and I was hearing this man saying, this guy doesn't belong here. He doesn't like this lady. we need to get rid of him. And I was freaking out, and I went and I told the lady, the owner of the house, and she goes, yeah, well, these are the spirits that are always in here. And she told me that house was a slaughterhouse, that they used to kill humans back in the early 1800s. I don't know. It's like a big old, it used to be a big old house, but now they have it like in apartments now.
I see. Okay.
Oh man. And then you drive down there, and then there's another house down below with the big old valley, where they get their feed for the alfalfa, for the horses and cows. They have fields there. But that was the most scariest time I've ever experienced with well, those were demons, The other ones, spirits, those were good spirits because, like when I was in that house, I would go to the bathroom, the one behind your home food store, and I saw this lady kneeling down on the side of this bed where I guess it was her father. I guess he was dying, and she was like there praying on the side. And then I went to this other room, and there was this other lady holding a baby. And then I would go to the bathroom, and you could see the toilet paper unrolling and then rolling back up. And then when I would take a shower, they would write something on the mirror. But these were good spirits, you know what I mean? And then to top it off, this lady had this big old picture. And at one time, the first time when I seen that picture, I thought I was really hallucinating because the eyes would like blink at me, and the mouth would like talk to me, and then the face would come out like the Indian face of the lady.
And where was this?
Over here, right behind your home food store.
That same place?
Yeah, in that same place.
In that same place. And so, what were those buildings during that time that you were in?
It was
there?
a hacienda. That was the only place there at that time. And in those days, they used to have like a big old wall around it to where, people couldn't get in, I guess. That's the way they showed me. And then, there was 90 women, children, and men that lived there at that time. So they all lived in this one hacienda. And then I guess at that time, the conquistadors, or what do you call them?
Conquistadors?
Conquistadors.
So I was wondering who was responsible for the slaughter. So
they were those guys with those hats, with the swords and that.
Spanish.
And I guess that's who slaughtered the women, children, and kids in that hacienda there at that time.
Right.
Because, I thought I was really hallucinating, but then this other girl that I know, she was in there and she experienced the thing too.
A similar thing.
Yeah.
So it was like a movie projection.
On the black tile.
On black tile. Did it have a kind of a jittery quality to it, or was it like smooth?
It was like smooth and clear.
And okay, was there sound?
No sound.
No sound.
Just a picture.
Sound. And were they like next to it saying, look,
there was
look,
the
look?
ladies walking down the road, and they had this one an old car with two wheels that you hook onto like a cow or something.
Carreta? Yeah.
And with hay in it, and like corrals and stuff like that they used to have right there, I guess, and their farm animals and stuff. And then they showed me all the town where everything was dirt and all that, and where they would walk and all that,
And so how long did this presentation go on?
Maybe for like 3 minutes, 2 minutes, a couple of minutes.
What a trip.
But, it was a great experience because, I've, like I tell you, since I was 5 years old, when I lived in that haunted house, ever since then, I've always experienced some kind of a spirit, And,
well, do you feel like sharing the early stories? I know it's not connected to Taos.
Well, I was going to tell you a story
hear.
when I was 5 years old, something that appeared to me, but I don't know if I should.
Because it's too intense?
Yeah.
It's too spooky?
Yeah. And then I don't want to really put stuff like that on film because for what I did.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I got you there.
But excuse me in a minute.